So, as you guys know, Dan Andrews made a big kerfuffle about exercising outdoors when it came to the stage 4 restrictions. And I thought this was actually quite a good time to actually bring up the points of why walking is just not enough in this time, especially considering what we've actually gone through over the last, since March, since the lockdown, so about 4 months at least. And why we need to kind of think of exercise as not just as a stroll around the block or going to the park with the kids or anything like that. It needs to be some level of structure behind it, because eventually it's going to get to the point where we do get caught out when it comes to our health and fitness. And when we do return back to or some level of normality, which could be in the next 6 weeks, could be in the next 10 weeks or 12 weeks, we don't want to see this steady decline in our health. I also calculated as well that about an hour of walking is about 7,000 steps. So we do set a golden rule when it comes to more health-related outcomes, or if you're trying to lose a little bit of weight, we want to aim for an actual goal of 10,000 steps. So right here, that hour of walking, it depends on how fast you're going as well in that hour, also the terrain as well. You may not even reach that mark, and especially if you're. All right, so what's the goal? What's keeping ourselves healthy so our body can deal with the following? And now I've been on Instagram quite a bit now because it's actually quite interesting to read some of the comments of some posts that are quite contentious. But I think the main thing is actually our immune system should be something that we should keep in tip-top shape. And the way we actually do that is good sleep, eating well, physical activity, being on top. If we're always stressed all the time, like distress, there's 2 types of stress. There's eustress, which is positive stress, kind of like strain on the body, then distress, which is more the negative stress. And if we've got too much distress in our system, that can actually increase the likelihood of illness and disease, or contracting illness and disease. So, and getting sunlight as well. So we know vitamin D is really important. We know it's actually related to our mental health as well. So best to really try and find ways to improve your immune system during this time. And it's not about spending 24/7 on this. It's about doing incremental bits during the day. Well, basically, this is from the Department of Health. They say any physical activity is better than doing none. So if you currently do no physical activity, start by doing some and gradually build up to the recommended amount, which is just below. We'll go through that really quickly. We want to be active on most, preferably all days of every week. Now, what that really means is we want to accumulate 150 to 300 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity, or 75 to 150 minutes of vigorous physical activity, or we need some sort of equivalent. So you might do a bit of both at the end of the day. They do suggest actually doing muscle strength-based work twice a week. And this is actually just to maintain your health than anything else, just to maintain. So if you're doing less than this, more than likely you're potentially going down the slippery slope at the end of the day. We want to try and mitigate that slippery slope as much as possible, pump the brakes and go back up the other way. Now, why is it not enough to just walk? We adapt to what we expose or don't expose ourselves to. Now,